football at its absolute best.
Yeah, they had us the first half. I'm not going to lie.
Oh, could be Wayne.
I think I got my swagger back. Oh.
I love it, baby.
Them orange britches. Something about them orange britches.
Tennessee wins! By Tennessee, Jawan Jennings. Jennings makes the catch.
Ball hit high in the air into right field. Going back is Sayre. And Tennessee can say hello, win column. A grand slam in the bottom of the ninth. You can't draw it up any better.
We just won a basketball game, and we're very happy right now. McGrath for the win. He got it. If you don't like college football and you watch this one, I'm not sure what your problem is.
Reddit did to do, and welcome into More Important Issues. It is Thursday, October 2nd. I almost said September. Everything's flying by. I love it and don't like it. We're already 5 games into the football season. Maybe you feel differently since you got to go to an away trip. I don't feel like I've quite gotten my feet under me. Like I'd like to apologize to all my fellow Tennessee Vols. I don't feel I've been giving my
all.
I've been giving my all, but it's the thought of you're like, you watch film or you go to practice Monday and you're like, I could have done more.
Okay. You kind of half-assed it a little bit.
No. See, I surely you've played a game where you're like, you gave 100% effort, you tried your hardest, but then you start rethinking of the plays, you start rethinking of the moments, and you're going, I think I could have done better.
Yeah,
there.
I should have made that block.
Yeah. That's where I'm at. So, and listen, no excuses. I'm just telling you why. It's on me, Landon. I'm going to be better coming off this bye week, as everybody should be. We've got a big Saturday ahead of us. Golf tournament.
Yep.
I don't even know. I don't know if you closed the Google Doc. You can sign up. I'm just going to say it. You can
closed it. No, it's still wide open, baby.
You can still sign up. Go do that. Dude, they look great.
That's sick.
They look great. And I got a drink in it. They're on the bottom too.
Okay.
Those will be there.
Let's go.
Another
Those came in
giveaway.
today, fresh off the press right there.
I ran down the UPS truck to get them. We got these. If you're playing in the tournament.
Okay.
Couple other goodies. Yeah, a couple other goodies. So we'd love to see you guys out there. I know we're going to talk about this week in college football. I know it's more of a down week than last week, but we're still going to watch college football out at I think we're going to find out we really love watching that. That's such a good porch. It's going to be a great viewing experience. I think we're going to find out we really like it, and we might have to turn Iguani into a normal spot.
Okay.
It'll be no party pub.
Hole.
Yeah, sure. It'll be no party pub. Party
smells
pub.
a little better there.
That party pub, agreed.
Okay, yeah. Which one's better for your allergies?
Maybe party pub. At least you got something flushing it out,
I guess so, yeah.
Iguana, you're just in the allergies. You're outside in the open.
But it's higher elevation up there at the thing, so everything just goes right up to you.
But yeah, it's gonna be a great Saturday. Come out and join us. Listen, I'm gonna extend the invite if you can't make it to play. If you don't play golf, you can still come and hang out, I guess, if you want to. That's what me and Landon are pretty much gonna be doing.
Sure.
When everyone's out there. But also just come. You can come watch football after if you'd like. If golf's not your thing, so we'd love to see everyone out there. Great time last year. Weather's gonna be better, so expect another better round this year. Very excited for that. We got a couple twists and turns in there too, Landon, for everybody playing.
Oh yeah, I'm excited about the format. It's gonna be
literally the cart path twists and turns. So we'll be doing a little bit of that.
Yeah.
I'm fired up. I can't wait. We do have some business to get to as far as Tennessee football goes, Tennessee athletics goes. So we will run through all of that this show. Landon, I'm not sure if you saw the bad news. She hadn't made any appearances in the last few games, but Shea O'Rourke did tear ACL.
I did see that.
Or
That
very
is a tough blow. That's our best player, right?
Probably tough to say that, but definitely like our go-to goal scorer. She's a force for sure. I would say she's one of the best, if not the best, but very good team, and there's still a lot of good players, especially in the defense. But definitely a miss. It's gonna be tough to score goals, but Tennessee's still been winning. Beat LSU since losing Mississippi State. Beat Missouri. Beat LSU. Beat A&M. They've got Georgia tonight. That game kicked off at 7. I don't know why I was thinking 8. That game kicked off at 7. I can turn it on now because the Cubbies going to the NLDS.
Okay.
We will lose to the Brewers, but at least we got there.
There you go. That's all that matters. You were in the running.
Yeah. Elimination game for the Yankees tonight?
Yep. Against the Red Sox. The Red Sox, if you will.
You guys know me. I'm not the biggest baseball fan. It is one of the most is extended the right word? Extended playoff format kind of sucks. It kind of feels like every team is in the playoffs.
Yeah.
But it's playoff baseball. Once you get really
the Astros are not though, so that's funny.
Once you get into the ALCS, NLCS, like then it like that's the playoff baseball rocks.
Yeah.
Also, of note, Landon, these 3-game series, they don't travel for them. They don't switch the home teams, which is weird. Wouldn't you think?
Wow.
Doesn't that make the most sense to give each team a chance to bat in the bottom half of the inning? Right?
Yeah. What are we doing?
I don't think I'll ever get over that.
What are we doing?
We shouldn't.
Right.
It's absurd. I think my only other note before we get into the meat of the show, I do want to amend. I believe the rule book is still really tough to decipher this out, but in college football, I talked about the Mississippi State player standing in the end zone on that down punt. I believe it's only where the football is. So like a ball,
and that's only a college rule, right?
And high school.
Gotcha.
And it is like the ball cannot bounce past the goal line. Once it breaks the plane, it is a touchback, which is the NFL rule makes more sense to me. I'm curious your thoughts. It seems like it would be harder to police that and get it right, which in college it is reviewable. But it seems harder because once that ball's in the air, it's tough to see down the line where it's at on the plane. Whereas a person, if they stepped in the end zone or not, you're not that you're going to get it right 100% of the time, but it's much easier to judge.
Yeah, it seems like the NFL has a better handle on that rule. I don't understand. Like, what's the point in like trying to save it if it's like you have those guys running and saving? Like those are awesome plays, but then you're telling me like even if the ball breaks the plane during that, you kind of miss out on that play. That blows.
Which I could still be wrong because me and Jonathan spent some time digging into the rule book, and there are no specific examples of that play. So,
yeah, I don't like that. Because I'm with you. I didn't see that in real time. Of course, they didn't show a replay because Mississippi State did it. But going back and watching, I'm like, I mean, it's clear as day he's crossing the plane. But yeah, the ball didn't. So it just feels weird that you can.
I figured that couldn't be the rule because I was thinking, how do you miss it? It wasn't bang bang, like it was slowed down, and then Tennessee never tried to argue it or review it. And I'm thinking that is one play you would.
I guess I kind of get it because it's like that for a touchdown.
I don't. It's not that I don't understand the logic exactly. I don't get. At some point, you think you would say, especially since the NFL has that rule, you would say, "Oh, this is much easier to judge."
Mhm.
in my mind.
I just feel like, yeah, we need to stick with one thing.
I
These
agree.
people don't need to grow up all their lives having it played this way, and then they got to learn different rules to play at a higher level. That makes no sense to me.
Yeah, I think there's some rules that make sense when they transition to different levels. I'm trying to think of one right off the top of my head, but I think there are some that make sense. Then there's some that from high school to college to NFL they change and they make no sense to me.
Mm-hmm. Like how the clock doesn't stop in the NFL. I don't understand that at all.
Which it doesn't in college anymore, except for inside 2 minutes, which is that's just dumb in terms of trying to implement it accurately. That's all.
But
TV,
even in the NFL, it doesn't do it inside 2 minutes anymore.
Yes, the rule's still different. In high school, it's so all three levels now it's different because in high school it still stops after a first down.
Jesus. I mean, they're making us worse at football because we got to learn all these rules again. We can't perfect anything.
Yeah, exactly.
The product's getting worse because we're changing rules all the time.
The man's trying to bring us down.
It's crazy.
And we won't have it. That's our crusade. We might be dumb. We might be stupid. We might be ignorant. But we're going to fight for the people.
Yeah, absolutely.
Even if we're wrong, we're going to fight.
And we're wrong quite a bit, but that's okay.
Yeah, but prove it. I do have one more thing. I need to kick this off with. I still don't think I'd ever want him to be our coach again. I'm softening up on Lane Kiffin.
You are okay.
Which I think it's not even.
He's a girl dad.
Sure, he's always been a girl dad though since I've known him.
That's true.
I think similar to what I said, a lot of my animosity for Lane Kiffin isn't his fault. It is. I just told you before we started the show about Haley Welch. I'm not gonna fault her for what the world did to her. The Tennessee fans and other college football fans that fall for his troll, that play into unintentionally, they get angry or get happy, whatever. They let Lane Kiffin troll them. Irritates the crap out of me. I've always known he's a troll, and that's fine. It's fun to troll. But have you watched the documentary? The ESPN documentary?
On him? Or like No, I have not.
Very good. You need to. It's very good.
Okay.
Great interview on Pardon My Take. I don't know. Yeah, he seems like a cool guy, and not in the way like I'd love to go to Vegas with him anymore. Just seems like a.
Ooh, I got.
Seems like he's lost some of the ego. I'm sure he still has it because you kind of have to be at that level. Yeah. But maybe more aware of his ego.
Okay. Well, I have a question for you regarding Lane Kiffin.
Okay.
I was asked this the other day, and I was like, I mean, I want to get your take before I. Would Lane Kiffin, would he have won here?
Yes, he would have won. At the expense of the program, potentially.
Yeah.
And I don't think we would ever see this Lane Kiffin. I don't think he would have matured in the way he is now. We wouldn't get to experience the Lane Kiffin that I like.
Yeah, we got it was kind of wrong place, wrong time kind of thing.
Yeah,
like,
I
feel like now Lane Kiffin absolutely would have won. And I think he would have recruited really well. He recruits pretty well at Ole Miss, and I mean that's a terrible place to try to recruit.
Well, it just wasn't good for him to have Ed Orgeron on his staff either.
Yeah,
we would have been penalized heavily, especially because and then if you mix and match, if you were able to mix and match the athletic department you have now, the administration you have now at Tennessee, willing to back a mature Lane Kiffin, yeah, I think he'd be very successful here. I don't know. It'd be tough to say more or even less than Josh Heupel. Like, I don't know how you'd gauge that. But I think he'd win a lot of football games right now. He would have post 2009, I think, as well. But again, at the expense of like, what does Tennessee lose in that process? Like, there's a lot of asterisks.
Yeah, and it would have been hard to like. I guess like, what's your definition of winning too? Like, do I think he goes and wins national championships? Probably not.
Probably not, just because Florida was still rolling at that point. That was still
Alabama.
Urban Meyer's Florida. And then that was when Saban was starting his dynasty. Now, if Saban had, I don't think that's could even be true either, because in the midst of Saban dynasty, you still had an Auburn national championship. You had 2 Auburn national championships in the midst of that. And Alabama was still very successful. So I'm with you. I don't even think I could say he'd win an SEC championship at that point.
He would have won a lot more than what we endured after he left, for sure. For sure.
Absolutely. We would have been singing Rocky Top all night long. Absolutely.
All right, before we get into everything, guys, go check out our good friends at VIP Play. VIP Play is where you get treated like a VIP. Go check them out. They are the best sports app on the market. And right now, bet just $20, get $100 in bonus bets. Also, they will be at the golf tournament sponsoring. They had a sweepstakes where Russell R. and his team will be at the More Important Issues golf outing. So congrats to them. Excited to see kind of how they compete.
What a parlay if they go win that.
I know.
You get bonus bets, you get a big time winner at VIP Play, and you get to win prizes at the golf tournament. I mean, that would be a heck of a parlay.
Sure.
They can throw that together.
Yep. So go check them out. Again, bet just $20, get $100 in bonus bet with promo code MORETN. Gambling problem, call 1-800-889-9789. You must be 21 and over and located in Tennessee to bet.
Go do it.
Yep.
All right. Let's talk. We're at the bye week. Like I said, we get a breather. We get to get our feet under us. Tennessee is 4-1. Their one loss coming to Georgia in a overtime matchup in Neyland, which is unfortunate when you look at how Tennessee, their chances in that game, 44-41 game, scored plenty of points. They have beaten a Syracuse team who I think was good. I almost said solid. I don't know if solid was solid above good.
I would say good is better than solid.
Okay, so I would say a solid Syracuse team then.
Sure. Yeah, I agree with that.
With Steve Angeli, who Achilles, correct? That tore his Achilles. Yeah. And then goes on the road and beats a Mississippi State team who, again, I think is solid. I agree. I think solid does sound just below good. Beats a solid Mississippi State team on the road in a tough environment. I don't know where I'm willing to rank it. You mentioned it. It never felt loud where you were at. But I would say a tough environment that night or that afternoon in overtime.
Mm-hmm.
A totally different look of this Tennessee team than last year. We can get into the weeds and look at, I think, 2022, because that's the team they look like. They're relying on scoring the football. What's interesting though, Landon, is I don't think they're relying so much on the pace at which they do it, which I think may need to change. They are still relying on the explosive plays, but probably be interesting to get into the explosive play meter, because you definitely had more in 2022, but you're still scoring at you're still producing offense at a similar rate, which is interesting. I want to look back though at all of Josh Heupel's teams. Just right offhand, and I've got the stats here. We can talk about them right offhand. Where would you rank this 1 through 5 on like how you're feeling going into game 6? Because all the bye weeks didn't line up. That'd be tough to judge. But Vols are 4-1, or Vols are through 5 games. How are you feeling versus his first 4 teams?
I would have to go and look at every schedule. I mean, it's definitely behind 2022 for sure.
For sure. That was 2022. We'll start there then. You're 5-0, and you just beat LSU on the road.
Yep.
You're going into a bye week before you play Alabama. So,
and you've already beat Pitt and Florida at that point as well.
Yeah.
Okay.
2021, you were 3-2. I should have wrote who we were playing next. I should have done that. I can pull it up real quick. You were 3-2, and yeah, let me look at this because I can't remember.
Do you lose to Georgia?
You hadn't lost to Georgia. You lost to Florida. You had just beat Missouri. You were about to play South Carolina at home. So you lost to Pitt and Florida.
Okay.
Beaten nobody. Missouri was not good in 21.
Yeah.
I would wager, thinking back, we probably knew Hendon Hooker was our quarterback at that point. Like whether Milton got healthy again or not.
Yeah. Because we thought like going after that Florida game, you're like, I mean, we could have won that football game in 21.
We got beat pretty good, but I'd have to think back. I don't really remember that game all that well. It was in Gainesville, 38-14.
We had Chad's wedding. We were at the wedding.
That's right.
Correct.
Yeah, so we probably didn't get to watch it too heavily. So I was probably just upset by the final score, which yeah, checks out. 2023, you were 4-1. Your only loss coming to Florida in the Swamp. You were coming off of a South Carolina win, had A&M. You went into a bye week at this point too. And then 2024, 4-1, but you're coming off that awful loss at Arkansas. We didn't know it at this point, but that started the streak of not being able to score in the first half for a month. So that's your lay of the land at your 4-1s. So what, 3 of those now with counting this year going into bye weeks? That's interesting.
Yeah, I think I got to go with 2 right now. What I know right now, I think I got to go with 2. I think there is, like you look at it, like it's possible Tennessee could be 5-0. It's also possible Tennessee could be 3-2 at this point, and you're probably looking at it a lot differently. But I think with what you have in front of you, with what you hope guys coming back at some point to help your defense out a little bit, yeah, I think it has to be second.
I think you're right.
God, if we just had a freaking pulse on defense in 2022, my God.
Yeah, absolutely. I think you're right that it's number 2. 2023 is an interesting one because I'm feeling similar thoughts, but I think I still feel better about this year. 2023, you had that ugly loss at Florida, but you looked really good against a bad Virginia team. But I mean, you looked really good against them. You dominated South Carolina in every facet of the game. Then you had a bye week and then A&M. And the reason I say it feels similar is A&M, we were just so unsure of like how that game was going to play out. We looked like a better overall team. They didn't have much of a pulse on offense. They had injuries and a quarterback injuries in the midst of a quarterback competition. I think going back, if I remember correctly, their leading receiver was their tight end. It was, and I think their starting tight end was injured, and he was the leading receiver, and it was a backup tight end who was good and was still a favorite target. And then this Arkansas team, we know their defense has no pulse, less of a pulse than Tennessee's, or than Tennessee's in 2022. But you have Taylor Green, who I think is one of the best quarterbacks in the SEC right now. You have Bobby Petrino, who's a good offensive play caller, and he's now the interim. And he's mixing things up, and that it can really only go one of two ways. I think it's not going to stay the same. It's either going to go really poorly or really well. And the unknown of that worries me. Not, again, I was more worried about A&M than I am about Arkansas, but it does worry me. Yeah.
No, I agree with that. I think I'm still rolling with probably second. Because I think they're like, I mean, you don't know what Oklahoma is really going to look like. We thought that was going to be a lot tougher game, and it probably still is. But then they have an injury at quarterback. What does that look like?
I feel a lot differently if they, depending on what Mateer does. And I mean, I know they're confident in that, but it's a thumb. He had surgery on his thumb on his throwing hand.
Yeah, and he was running the ball like 15 times a game. Running the ball that much with coming off a surgery with a broken hand.
Yeah. So Yeah, I'm with you in terms of what you said about how we feel about it, but I think I feel better about it right now.
Yeah.
And when I dig into the stats, I feel better about this defense. And I'm also, I mean, Landon, if we get Jermon McCoy back for this Arkansas game, even if he plays 10 snaps, this might be the biggest bye week win in the last 10 years of Tennessee football.
Damn.
When's the last time we had a bye week where something good happened? Not just where you stayed good and out of trouble, but something good happened.
Yeah, we don't have it very often.
And it turns out last bye week, Nico was on an unofficial to UCLA. He didn't know it at the time, but he was.
God, what a joke! What an absolute joke!
I say that in jest because do we blame him? Like, we went for his brother. I get it.
Wait, what?
Madden was on a visit to UCLA.
Oh, okay.
And he went.
Gotcha.
I think some people were actually mad about it. I would do the same thing. If I'm going home and my family's going to an official visit or even an unofficial for my brother, I'm going to go with them.
Yeah, I'm with you.
It's not a good look. Looking back
now, yes. Yeah.
Yes.
Dumb decision.
But yeah, so we lost that bye week. That's a loss. We didn't even know it at the time, but it ended up being a loss.
Yeah. Or was it?
You're not wrong.
I mean,
and that's kind of something I also want to get into in terms of your biggest.
That bye week went. We didn't know it to a loss to a win. Yeah.
It did. Yeah, it did go to a win. Because I was going to ask you, what's your I'm pleasantly surprised by this. You got to remove Joey. That's obviously the biggest one.
Mm-hmm. I mean, for me, it's got to be the receivers. And I really like Braylon Staley. I really like Mike Matthews. Chris Brazel's a damn dog.
We as a podcast were hopeful for him. We talked about his athleticism that flashed last year. He caught a couple passes that were thrown out of bounds that he made some freak plays on. He got open. Didn't quite click. He battled some injuries last year, but we were hopeful. And I think we're seeing now like a healthy with a quarterback that can get the ball to him in places.
Mm-hmm. Yeah, I didn't know really what to think about his athletic ability because, we saw some of it last year, but I didn't know that would show up and be. I mean, Dante Thornton was good last year, but the catches Chris Brazel is making right now,
we didn't have any of that last year.
Scary.
Yeah.
He is that good, and we thought we were getting somebody really good out of the portal. Even during the fall camp last year, you're like, man, this Chris Brazel guy is something. Mm-hmm. And then it just didn't turn into anything. So,
go ahead.
We keep hearing about the second year. I mean, I was kind of like, I knew that, but at the same time, I did not think we were going to get this. No one thought we were getting this production. I thought he would be the third option, to be honest.
I didn't think necessarily the third. Everything you said. Had no clue he'd be the number one target. Had no clue he'd be the highest rated wide receiver in the country right now, potentially first wide receiver off the board in the 2026 NFL draft. Had no clue, could have never guessed that. But for as dumb as I am, we talked about this receiving group going into this class. I would have gone if I don't remember ranking him. I know I had Brazel as number one, I think, in touchdown catches, maybe when I guessed, just because he's a big target. Just kind of made sense in that regards. He's going to get more opportunities down in the red zone. And he does have some speed to him as well. As you ask Mississippi State's DBs what they think about that. And some Georgia ones. But as dumb as I am, I was like, he's just such a freak athlete. If it can click in year two, he'll be good. But again, even at that, I never would have guessed he's the number one wide receiver in the nation. Never would have guessed that.
Did we throw it to him at all over the middle last year? Like at all?
Did we throw it to anyone but Squirrel White jumping over the middle?
I don't know. Like I can't think of one, but I mean, it's like you can kind of play almost that Cedric Tillman, Hendon Hooker pit game where he's open.
Yeah. If he's not open, just throw it. He'll catch it.
If he's on the field, throw him the damn football.
Yeah. Which did you mention this on Sunday, or it might have been Chase on Tuesday? Said that it's Miles Kitselman doesn't need to be the safety valve anymore for Joey. He needs to know that if he's in trouble, throw it up to Chris Brazel. Like you just mentioned in that 2022 pit game.
And if you're having a little bit of trouble running the football, I think we're going to talk about that at some point. But an extension of your run game could be just that hitch route, that 5-yard hitch, 7-yard hitch, whatever it is, the comeback route to the boundary. Use that as a run play. Use that to pick up 7-8 yards. And if he breaks a tackle, it could be a 75-yard gain.
Yeah. Yeah.
I think you need to utilize that because Mississippi State, the times we ran it, they didn't have an answer for it. They were scared to death they're going to throw it over the top of them.
Yeah, absolutely. And I'm very pleasantly surprised. It's probably my number one as well. I don't know what else I could put ahead of it in the wide receiver group. And it's obviously in the pass game, but I'm very impressed with them in the run game too. They do a really good job of blocking on the outside. I know I dogged Mike about that one on Saturday, but he's been phenomenal blocking. Like he's been good. So that don't let one play change your thoughts, feelings, opinions on it. But they've been good there. And on like I am probably in the same way everyone is about Brazel. I'm almost that impressed with Braylon Staley because it's like that was a guy completely unknown for me. It's like we didn't get to see flashes. We don't know. Like
yeah.
But as a group, this feels last year just never felt like that wide receiver group was fully bought in for whatever reason. They didn't really block well. They didn't make plays for their quarterback. It didn't feel like the 2022 group who they went out and made plays.
Every catch that was made was like it was a tough play to be had. Or it was a slant to Vontae Thornton that I don't know why teams played man coverage against them that wide, but they did, and every time they did, it was going to be a touchdown.
Yeah, and it just you battled injuries. Brazel was injured a little bit at the beginning of the year. Squirrel White was apparently injured all year. It certainly looked like it. Brew McCoy, I love Brew, but he's a very specific type of wide receiver. He's a complimentary guy. He cannot be your primary. He's like you're just not going to be a great passing football team if he's your primary. And I love all those guys. I love Squirrel White at Tennessee. Love Brew McCoy. It just never felt like it was all there for whatever reason. And this year, it really feels like you've got a group of 3 guys that are fully bought in. And as much as I'd love to see other guys, and you've seen them in spurts here or there, when you've got 3 guys that they can do it all, why would you? I think we joked about it. Does this Josh Heupel offense operate better with 3 wide receivers? When you have 3 wide receivers this good, absolutely. You can't they're guys you can't take off the field. Kind of talk about it. Wanted to see Boo Carter on the opposite side of the ball never come off the field. Same with those guys. They can't make plays standing on the sidelines.
Yeah. I mean, this is the most athletic receiver group that Josh Heupel has had
by far.
For sure.
By far.
And I want to say this too, and you might disagree. It's the best wide receiver talent that Josh Heupel's had. Just because of, I mean, these are just like really good receivers. Braylon Staley is he is a slot receiver. He's not just some athlete that's quick and fast. He is a really good route runner.
Yeah. Absolutely.
Chris Brazel is the same way. Mike Matthews is probably the most just like athletic probably of all 3, just like with blocking and like he's probably more physical and he's got the speed. But in terms of like route running and stuff, it's Brazel and Staley and then Mike Matthews, but they kind of all have their own thing that they're good at. And I think it's really easy for a guy like Joey Aguilar to spread the ball around when you have all three guys that can take the top off at any time, but also just get you 5 yards if you need it.
I think that's the biggest difference is you have three guys at opposite ends of the field that can take the top off. That's like because yes, I agree it's the most athletic group. Yes, it's the best receiver group. But I think you could have pockets of that if you look at other Josh Heupel teams, especially that 2022 team where like McCoy did this really well. Cedric Tillman, before he was injured, did this really well. Ramel Keaton did this, and then you had Jalen Hyatt. Like they all kind of specialized in what they did really well. But really only had Jalen Hyatt who could take the top off on any play. And then you had Ramel Keaton who could do it at times.
Mm-hmm.
You could literally go pick three. They can take the top off of defense.
Yeah. And either one of them could lead you in scoring. Whereas in 2022 or in receiving, you knew exactly who was going to lead you in receiving if Tennessee was going to have a good day offensively.
Yeah, absolutely. What do you think? We're 5 games in. What do you think is the biggest thing holding the Vols back? And I don't mean something that is just something fixable that you could see making this team better going into week 6 or week 7 at that point. And it could be something as simple as getting Jamal McCoy back from injury, by the way.
I want to I understand people did after that Mississippi State game, you're like, man, the defense just struggled. Guys, the defense, they got 3 straight stops to begin the game, and your offense didn't do nothing. Or I think that we scored a touchdown, but it was 7-0. I mean, Tennessee could have easily been up 21-0 probably in that game, and we just shot ourselves in the foot. And so I think it's tackling just because that's just probably the most fixable thing at this point. But I think just get out of your own way a little bit. I mean, if you don't put a punt returner back there, that's fine with me.
Yeah. Yeah, guys, you can play out of your own end zone apparently.
Yeah.
Yeah, and real quick, defensively too, I think this defense has an opportunity to be much more
They're a lot better
chaotic
than what we gave them credit for that Mississippi State game. I mean, they lead the nation in sacks. They're not 2022 bad.
Right. I think and that's, I think, so the difference between the 2022 defense and this defense so far is 2022 defense, they were able to keep teams off the scoreboard at times when you really needed to. Keep everything in front of you, right? Take 3, let them have 3 if you need to. This defense can get off the field. And that you didn't see it all that much in 2022.
Yeah. This defense could win you a game. That defense is going to keep you in one.
I think this defense can win you a game against a team like Mississippi State.
Yeah.
They did.
Sure. But they can also with Tyree West and Joshua Josephs, this team just gets turnovers too.
That's what I mean. Is
that's
what I mean by chaotic. Like they can create turnovers, they can get off the field.
Mm-hmm.
Now they struggle getting off the field at times, like 2022 did. Tough 3rd downs, 4th downs. They get gashed for sure, and that's gotta get fixed if you want to be competitive down the stretch. But they are able to get off the field at times. They're able to create turnovers, and so that makes me feel.
I don't get the gashed. I understand what you're saying. They did against Mississippi State. But then they flipped a switch in the 4th quarter and they didn't rush for anything. So I don't know what that adjustment was. I don't know if it was personnel. I don't know if they just moved a linebacker over or put somebody else in the box. But in the 4th quarter, Mississippi State didn't do anything. So I don't know what that adjustment was. I think there is potential where they don't get gashed.
Yeah. I don't disagree with that. And I think there is potential for that. I think where you're going to run into something, and my next question for you, and I'm going to answer it first and be selfish here. Okay. What's the biggest thing holding the Vols back that is uncontrollable? I think your injuries in the secondary right now is just going to make it. If you get Dramod back, that's huge. That changes things a lot. You're still going to struggle at safety, but you secure a lot more on the outside, because where they got gashed against Georgia, a little bit in the run game, but it mostly happened in the air. Big plays in the air just killed you, and they just attacked your freshman corner and dared him to make plays, and he just
who's looking better and better every week.
Yeah, and that's the thing too, is like I think he, if it's a normal situation, that's a freshman corner playing 40 snaps versus 92, you're going, hey, good job, man. Like, way to hold your own.
Yeah.
It just changed when he was out there for 96 snaps and they were able to attack him every passing down. So what do you think it is?
You don't have a say. I think you're right. I think it is in that secondary somewhere. I mean, I don't really worry about corner. I just wish the safeties were a little bit better, because that would help the corners out too.
Yes. But I think if you get Dramod back, you can just almost permanently stay out of zone, because you're not asking Ty Redmond to man up for 92 snaps.
Yeah.
You're asking him to man up for half that.
I think that's one thing. Everybody in that secondary is playing way too many snaps.
Yeah.
I mean, you're giving up that I think it was in the third quarter or fourth quarter. I mean, it was a bust, and that has to be because, like, I mean, guys are just exhausted.
Sure. And I don't think it's
guys like 90 snaps.
Right. I don't think it's possible. I wish maybe you can try to on this bye week. Can we get Boo Carter or Jalen McMurray reps at safety?
That would be
because Jalen McMurray obviously cross-trained at corner, but we need him in the middle, where we need Boo Carter in the middle of the field. I've said this a few shows now, but them being off the field, either one, I think, like, obviously Boo's really good, but he can't play 90 snaps. No one can play 90 snaps. That's not a star position. You're in the box almost permanently.
Yeah.
But them not being able to be on the field for the majority of the defensive snaps hurts your defense. If you lined up your best 11, they're in your best 11. You got to find ways to get it. We got to, like, I want us to have that offensive line mindset where it's like, we're going to put our best 5 there. Like, however,
just like a high school football team, it's like, hey,
right,
we'll figure it out. We want our best 11 on the field.
Exactly. And so maybe you can do. I don't think you can do that in the bye week. It's almost like you got to go back to fall camp. But in fall camp, you're battling injuries. You needed Jalen McMurray to play at corner. But it's one thing I wish we could do is go back to fall camp with a healthy Dramod and healthy Ricky and figure it out at safety, because you're playing freshmen there behind Turrentine and Farouk.
Yeah, Caleb Beasley is I think a redshirt freshman, and Sidney Walton's a true freshman.
Yeah.
I mean, like Nico got that was like your big loss of the offseason. Your biggest loss right now is Jacoby Thomas. Like, that's a guy you probably did not want to lose, and he won a payday, whatever. But I mean, that's a guy that, hey man, like, maybe we should have used some of that money that we paid Nico for those 2 years and use it on Jacoby Thomas and kept a safety in there. I know it's not the. I mean, your edges,
not the sexy pick.
Your edges, your wide receivers, your corners, like that's your quarterbacks. That's what's getting a ton of money. But man, it would be sick to have paid a safety in the offseason, because
I think if you're middle of the field shored up more, it looks a lot better so far.
Yeah. And we're not talking about getting gashed, because a lot of those gash, like, it might be a couple 4 or 5 yards, but 4 or 5 yards turns into 9 and 10 if a safety misses a tackle.
Yep.
And we saw way too much of that in that game. And whatever it.
Idris Farouk only got credited for 3 missed tackles. It felt like a lot more.
Yeah. It was not a good day for either one of those.
Yeah. And this isn't really on the topic of anything we're discussing right now, but I think it's time that it's Edwin Spillman and Arion Carter as your primary guys. I love Jeremiah Thielander. He missed too many tackles in that game. And you talk about getting gashed when you miss at the second level and you're the primary at the second level. Yeah, There you
And
go.
that has to be a game he excels in, because an air raid, like you face an air raid team, like, I mean, who else do we play? I mean, Arkansas. Like, that's not a game for Jeremiah Telander. It's a Mississippi State game. It's a Georgia game, and like you said, just missing too many tackles. But Edwin Spillman is coming. I mean, I think he's
looked good in both facets, and I think Arion Carter's okay in the pass game. I think I theorize, and I mean I theorize it. I say educated guess, somewhat educated, because going back to what we said before the show, I'm a moron. He loses guys behind him because there's such a big gap. Like, he seems too deep to me already. And then your safeties are playing like it's prevent. It's crazy. So I think he's never going to be your best pass defender at linebacker. But I think he does a good enough job. But what Edwin Spillman, who is good there too, that helps Arion Carter out a lot. I mean, you saw him make a big play in the pass game, which, again, that's a shortened field, and he's athletic enough to make those plays when he doesn't have huge gaps. He's the one who tipped that ball.
Yeah. And the guy's always around the football. And if you're always around the football, you're going to play. Because good things happen when you're around the football.
Arion Carter is your best linebacker, but I think Edwin Spillman might be your most versatile linebacker.
Okay. Yeah. I like that. And it's going to keep on getting. I like Jaden Harmon. Jaden Perlotti is probably going to be really good. I like what they've recruited. I mean, the linebacker group is going to be set for the next couple of years. With Spillman, you get him for at least another year. And then you have these guys coming in. And there was one thing that kind of stuck out to me. Did you notice Jaden Harmon didn't play linebacker at all in this game?
I did not.
Jordan Burns played.
I noticed Burns.
And Jaden Harmon did not, which is weird because William Inge kind of talked about, we need to get Jaden Harmon more run. I'm like, hey, man, what are we doing?
Is it just, you mentioned like personnel. Is it just matchup? I don't know. Matchup? What is it?
I don't know. Did he piss somebody off in practice, or I don't know what it was. He was out there on special teams, but yeah, did not go in at linebacker at all. I thought he would be the next one up after Telander, and it was not. It was Jordan Burns, which I don't know if he's played much linebacker at all in the last few games.
All that we mentioned all these names. Let me just read you through 5 games. Tennessee's top defensive players rated by Pro Football Focus. Tyree West is number 1. Joshua Josephs, Colton Hood, Jalen McMurray, Jordan Ross, Arion Carter, Boo Carter, Isaiah Campbell, Edwin Spillman. And we'll go to top 10. Dominique Bailey.
Okay.
Yeah.
God, Tyree West. He was another guy that I could have tweeted about. Somebody was like, I think Pro Football Focus tweeted about Boo Carter being a top-rated guy, and I'm like, don't know how many snaps he played. It wasn't enough. It's the same with Tyree West. Don't know how many he played. It wasn't enough. I mean, he's a game wrecker.
Yeah.
And we knew it in the, what was it, the Orange Bowl?
The
Cheez-It Bowl.
He's a lot like Chris Brazzell to me. Last year he showed so many flashes, but it never felt like he got a full game in.
Yeah.
And so you're just kind of like, hey, can you piece it together? Can you put it together for a full game? Yeah, he's done it. Which is he gotten bigger? Is he?
I don't.
Do you know? Is he not? Maybe it's the pads. He's got the Al Wilson pads now. He looks just so much bigger.
I was like, is he? I mean, he might be an edge just because he can rush the quarterback, but like, hey,
he's getting tackle heavy.
Well, if you need somebody that like, you need to play at that other edge position and throw that man inside. Just let him go play football. He needs to be on the field. He's one of your best 11.
Yeah. Monty, big ball knower. He said Tyree West 5 minutes ago before we even got to him. So,
oh yeah,
that's Monty right there.
Had to mention him.
Just want to talk about his hit this week on Shapen. In real time, I thought two things in real time. Number one, that's going to be targeting. I mean, he obliterated him. That's going to be targeting. Number two, there's no way he fumbled that football. Like, I just know that's going to, he's going to be, it got forced out by the ground. Like one of those, like it happened so fast, I wasn't sure what happened. Go back on the replay. Certainly was a fumble. And one of the hardest hits in a non-targeting way I've seen in recent years.
I mean, he's not just bringing the quarterback down. He
got his
burying a quarterback.
Which I want to go watch it again because we're talking about it.
Such a beautiful.
There were some Mississippi State fans complaining about a busted. They're like, "Oh, if it wasn't a busted protection, your tackle just got
whooped,
embarrassed,
and your other tackle got whooped too."
Yeah,
I mean,
it really wouldn't matter.
It wasn't West. It was going to be Joshua Josephs.
I can't remember what the running back did. They said the running back wasn't in the right protection. And I can't remember what the running back did now off the top of my head. But I remember watching it thinking,
Isaiah Campbell was back there too. So, I mean, there was three guys in the backfield before Shapen. I mean, he had just kind of like turned his hips like he was going to throw at some point and just gets demolished.
Right. And I feel like the running back, he might have missed the protection, but I feel like it was a play action or something. Maybe he was going out.
Oh, did he do a little flare?
Maybe. I think he might have went right up. Maybe he was supposed to at least chip Tyrus. Here's the thing. There's not a running back. I don't care if it was Fluff. What was the guy for Syracuse that's humongous?
Yeah, I know.
They're not slowing Tyree West down on that play. No. Your tackle barely touched him because he just manhandled it.
Yeah, Tyree West would have ate him too. He was just going to be in the way.
You would have had two guys die if he had tried to get in the way of Tyree West.
Yeah. Collateral damage.
Exactly. Because it's not like he would have been able to block him far away from the quarterback. Everything happened right there.
I mean, he would have just picked up whoever the running back was and just chucked him at Shapen. Just shoved him right into him.
It was play action. By the time they got out of the mesh point, he could have maybe gotten a left arm on Tyree West.
And Tyree West would have broken it in half.
I mean, so busted or misprotection is not the right word. Your left tackle just got.
He was busted. Your left tackle was busted.
What was the left tackle doing? It's almost like he tried to get him over Shapen and went way too low. Like he flips his hips.
It looked like
90
he
degrees.
was in a run block and
like he's taken away or he's not letting him in his right shoulder. Yeah. Yeah. That I don't know. It was that those guys are going to get chewed out about that protection. I think it's more so that your left tackle just got destroyed though, which he's going to get chewed out. I mean, you're right. I don't know what he did a great job sealing the B gap. God, he just folded. All right.
Another guy who's really impressed me when he's in, dude, Caleb Herring's had two really good SEC games.
Yeah.
He was a guy, I was like, man, Jordan Ross probably passes him up at some point. Dude, he just gets to the quarterback. I don't know if he makes another play in the game, but the man single-handedly destroyed a drive against Mississippi State.
Mm-hmm. Yeah, two sacks, right?
Yeah. He has 3 sacks on the year. And I don't know what his snap count looks like, but his sack per snap count has to be insane compared to everybody else.
Just while I'm watching this, credit Joshua Josephs. He thought about throwing the football, and then he thought, what if I'm not in the end zone yet?
Oh, dude, I was worried about it. Watching it live, I was like, no,
he grabs it.
No.
He gets it there, and then he's like, no.
Yeah, I'm going to keep this one. Thank goodness. That was a little PTSD. He's seen it too many times. If he hadn't seen that too many times, he probably does it. But
yeah.
It's like, I'm not going to be that guy on ESPN. He knew this play was already going to be on ESPN. He didn't want it to be like a Sports Center not top 10.
It would have been simultaneous top 10 and non-top 10.
Yeah.
Oh man.
I think
yeah, Caleb Henry's
Don
been really
Bailey's
good.
look Yeah, Don Bailey's look good. Just tune in question of the day, Boo Carter. There you go. That's
Is
all
that
I
a
know.
question?
I guess so. Yeah. Sure.
Okay. Boo Carter?
Boo. I did want to mention the offense, kind of going back to it. Through 5 games, Joey Aguilar has 27 more passing yards than Hendon Hooker did in his first 5 games. I'm just saying. Also, Joey Aguilar has over 1,400 yards in 5 games. Let's go. Nico. I want to bring this up. Nico had a 2,600 in 13.
Okay.
Wow.
Where's Milton at on that list? Like, did you do any comparisons with him?
I can.
What are you using to figure out everything through 5 games? Can you adjust that, or are you having to math it?
I read that somewhere today.
Okay.
I think maybe Volquist said that, or sorry if I'm not giving the person who did look it up their props, but yeah, it was. And that was like that was the Florida game. That was the LSU game that we mentioned. That was the Pitt game.
Yeah.
Not many more yards. Joe had 2,800 in 12 games.
Okay.
And Joe had 20 touchdowns. Joey has 13 touchdowns already.
I'm a big fan of Joey Aguilar. I know that's not going to be a popular take. I know some people are going to, hey, Caleb, it's too soon. Easy, pump the brakes, 5 games in. But yeah, I'm going to say I'm a big Joey Aguilar fan.
Yeah, same. 19 touchdowns. Nico had 19 touchdown passes. This is what I wanted to compare. I wanted to compare Nico's passing touchdowns in SEC play versus Joey's in 2 games.
Let me. Do you have those stats before I kind of move on?
Yeah, we can move on. Sorry.
No, I don't. If you've got them, I'd go for it.
He had 9 total. And Joey has Joey has 5 in 2 games. 9 total in SEC play. And 4 of those were against Vanderbilt for Nico.
Love it. Answer this before I ask at least my last question for this kind of talk. Recap in 2025, first 5 games. Can Joey be an NFL QB? I think there's probably a lot of there'll be NFL interest. I think his age is going to certainly play a part. But Tyler Show, say his name?
Yeah, sure.
He was drafted in the 6th round, I believe, at 26. So it's not a definitive factor, but it certainly will play a factor. I think there'll be some interest. I think he'll have the opportunity, whether that be undrafted free agent. I mean, maybe let's see how the next 7+ games go. But I think he'll have an opportunity to be in the NFL. Can he be an NFL quarterback? I'm so bad at saying that guy's going to be good in the NFL. Quarterback position, I'm so bad at it. I'm not good at it at many positions. Yes. Yeah. I'm not good at it many positions, but quarterback, I'm really, really bad at.
Yeah. I'll be honest, like I just don't. From what we know about like older quarterbacks, there's not a ton of love for them when it comes to drafting in the NFL. Like they might draft him, sure. Do they think that he's going to be the savior to their franchise? No. But I do think he does get a shot in the NFL. I mean, similar to Dobbs or
Yeah.
I mean, even Hooker, like he's going to be somewhere. Joe
I agree.
Milton, like, but he's not going to be a Patrick Mahomes.
Well,
And they hated
maybe.
Patrick. Hated Patrick Mahomes coming out of college.
Maybe.
Maybe. I mean they
There's a chance.
they're like, yeah, air raid doesn't translate to the NFL, and he's one of the best quarterbacks in the NFL. So
Yeah, what do they know?
yeah, it would be a great story though.
Oh my gosh, it'd be incredible. It's an incredible story that like we're getting to see unfold here right now.
Mm-hmm.
Absolutely, if that carries into the next level, it would be.
What do you think his best thing about him is? Because I think going into the year, it was no one knew what we were getting at all. We just knew he threw a lot of interceptions, but is gonna sling it.
I'm glad you mentioned that because I'd forgotten about this, but I thought about this probably Monday or Tuesday, either driving to or from work. Just one of the many things that pop into my head and I forget to write down. It's very interesting to me that the demeanor of both Joey Aguilar and Hendon Hooker are very, very similar. They play with a lot of confidence, but that doesn't turn into like this outward showmanship, borderline cockiness. But they also carry themselves around with like this the swagger of a leader, I think, is the best. Like they look like they naturally are a leader, the way they carry themselves on the field. And I find it interesting, and I love Joe Milton. I think Joe Milton should get a ton of credit for the type of Vol he was while he was here. He had this swagger to him that kind of came off as cocky. He loved the touchdown celebrations. Like he was like a showman of sorts. He did the flip before games. You have Nico, who carried himself like he didn't care. Not to say he didn't care. I'm not saying that. He carried himself like that. I just find it very, very interesting that the two most successful quarterbacks that we've seen under Josh Heupel have both carried themselves in almost identical ways.
Yeah. It seems like a maturity factor of some sort.
Probably.
And Monty mentioned like he is, I mean, super calm in the pocket. Even when it breaks down, he's got somebody coming after him. I mean, he just finds somebody.
Yeah, when I say similar demeanors, I mean it kind of, you know, walk into the huddle in the middle of the play, post play, like they have very, very similar demeanors.
Mm-hmm. Yeah, like they can't wait to go celebrate with their guys. Like it's not look at me, look what I just did. It's like, dude, we just scored a touchdown. That's awesome.
And I didn't hate anything Joe Milton did. Like I never looked at anything and was like, oh, I don't want to see my quarterback. Like I never saw it like that. But he did carry himself in this. I think showmanship's the best way to say it. It's like he was just very much a like, hey, I'm here to put on a show.
Mm-hmm.
Like this is
the Joe Show.
Welcome to Barnum and Bailey. Look at the middle ring right now. It didn't have that like natural leadership look to it. In the same way that Nico's body language didn't have that natural leadership look to it. When he gets sacked, Joey Aguilar gets up, like Monty just mentioned. It looks like you can kind of see it in his body language that he's flushed that play out. And you didn't see that with a guy like Nico. And so I don't know what it is. It's one of those intangibles that I get really annoyed with when NFL scouts who get it wrong most of the time talk about. But it's one of those intangibles that when you see it, you're like, that's it. That's what I want.
Mm-hmm.
I'm trying to think of like other quarterback. Like I was very wrong, but like DJ Lagway kind of carries himself like Nico did, where it's like I think it's probably at some point, whether they are now or not, but at some point growing up, they're probably really, really conscious about like the cocky thing. And so they went polar opposite. And they're like, I'm just going to be like toned down to every degree.
Mm-hmm.
I'm trying to think of like.
They're just people that people like naturally gravitate toward.
Yes. And I mean, I'm sure Joe did it, and I know Hendon did at times, but like Diego Pavia, every time he gets a first down, he's giving you one of these or he's hitting one of those. Hendon
He
Hooker,
can't wait
I
to
know
grab
he
the
did.
mic after the game.
Yeah. Trying to think of just other college quarterbacks that I've liked. I really like the way I almost combined Will Howard. I almost called him Shroud. Combined him with another Ohio State quarterback. But like Will Howard, I think carried himself in a similar way. Like I never thought he was a great quarterback, but like he just looked like a natural leader.
Yeah.
Another Ohio State guy turned LSU, Joe Burrow. Like that's how he always kind of carried himself. So yeah, that's not the defining factor of those guys. I just find it interesting that again, the two most successful quarterbacks at Tennessee and Josh Heupel's tenure carry themselves very, very similarly.
And like, I mean, from a quarterback intangible, like they're the two least talented guys. When you look at arm strength and projectability and all that stuff, it was the two least likely guys
which
to even win the job.
Monty kind of mentioned that. You would too. I've said it a million times. If I could throw the ball as far as Joe Milton would, I would carry a football with me everywhere. And I would throw it for anyone. Like, Joe Milton, that delivery driver video, he looks at his guys like, should I do it? I wouldn't ask anyone. I'd be like, you want me to throw you the football? Here it freaking comes.
Yeah.
I'm going to show you. I don't have a football. Give me an orange. I'll throw it 100 yards. I would do it. Yeah, you're absolutely right. I would be incredibly cocky if I could throw the ball that far and that hard. Absolutely. I am not saying that to knock Joe. I like Joe. I love Joe. I think, again, he deserves a ton of credit for how he handled himself here. And I think it's why he's going to find a place on an NFL team for as long as he wants to. I don't think he is this overly. I think it's similar to what I was saying about Lane Kiffin. I think he probably has the right ego you need to be successful at that level. I'm just talking about the way it goes on the field. Yeah. And again, it was one of those I'm thinking it was probably a morning drive when I'm kind of like halfway out of it. Do
you think some of that was just media? Like, I mean, every time they tried, it was him throwing something or him doing a backflip. Like that probably didn't help. Yeah.
Some of it for sure.
Yep.
For sure.
I was going to ask. So let's look at this team overall. And I know we kind of talked about it a little bit, but where did you see this team coming into the season? Where are they better? Where are they worse?
Let's start at record. I probably had this team at 4-1 right now.
Okay. Same.
Not the way the loss happened at Georgia. But I probably had them 4-1 now. I am obviously entirely shocked that we're seeing the offense play out the way it is. In that you do have some running game struggles, which I mentioned. I think there are some things to get right there that Tennessee's got to correct. But I think a lot of it too is you're not leaning on the running game, so they're not getting the ball in as many critical areas. They're not getting as many carries as you would see if you were leaning on it. And so I'm not like pressing the alarm on the running game, but very pleasantly surprised by it. There's nothing that shocks me that much about the defense, other than I knew the pass rush was going to be really good. I got lucky, Landon. I wish there was a way to bet that like this pass, which interestingly enough, they're rated lower right now than the pass rush finished last year. interestingly enough.
Hmm.
But I was like, yeah, I think this pass rush will be better. Like they just look like they're going to be better. I thought James Pierce Jr. struggled, not that he struggled by himself, like he struggled against the way teams would scheme to him, and you didn't have anyone on the backside to really help. But I think Joshua Joseph's going to be really good. You mentioned Tyree West. So I think that has been surprising the right word, but I guess I am happy to see like where they're at currently. I didn't know how easy it would look.
Yeah. For me, like I thought we'd be 4-1. I thought the offense would struggle a lot more than it has.
Mhm.
I didn't think it'd be that dynamic. Again, that goes back to the receivers and Joey Aguilar, and what they got going on is something I didn't expect. I will say I thought the tight ends would be more involved in the passing game than they have been. I thought we'd run the ball a lot better, and it's not like we ran it bad. I think part of it is just we're throwing the ball more.
Mhm.
We're not running it as much as we did last year, so it doesn't look like Tennessee's running the ball that much. And this is where we get the part of like, oh yeah, Tennessee's an air raid. They throw it all over the field. I mean, that's true, but we do run the ball pretty well too. I thought that would be a little bit better. I thought we were kind of high on the offensive line.
Yeah.
And I think they've looked really good, even dealt with some injuries. And I think David Sanders is going to be really good for Tennessee. And it is kind of crazy to think like this O-line could be even better with Jesse Perry at guard and David Sanders at tackle.
Yeah.
Defensively,
David Sanders was our only false start on Saturday.
that's crazy. Didn't matter. Braylon Staley got your back. That's what helps a team is you have these penalties that don't kill a drive because you have guys that can pick you up.
Your offense last year and somewhat against Georgia allowed mistakes to compound. You didn't against Mississippi State.
Sure.
That was big.
Yep. I
Yes,
thought
Tennessee does lead the SEC in sacks, by the way. Yes.
Yep. 21, I think that's right.
20, I thought. Is it 21?
Okay. It might be 20.
Let's call it 21.
Okay. I thought the secondary would be better, mostly because I thought Ricky Gibson and Jermon McCoy was going to be there. I thought the safeties would be better. I was excited about Idris Farouk, and not to say he's been bad or anything. He just struggled a little bit against Mississippi State tackling. Needs to clean that up, needs to take better angles, needs to break down. And then, I mean, we thought Colton Hood was going to be good. We didn't know he was going to play every single down. I mean,
be a first-round draft pick.
What a get that was. Yeah. What a get that was. So, yeah, well, I mean, we're kind of high on the defensive line. I'm glad Tyree West is kind of breaking out. We've been waiting for that. Joshua Joseph, we knew was a dude. I think Dominic Bailey's been really good for Tennessee too, even though he's not really playing his position right now. I thought he's been super effective in being. I mean, he's not a Joshua Joseph. He's not somebody that just you're going to read about in newspapers and articles, but he's a guy kind of like Corey Vereen a couple years ago, where it's just like very low key, but has good stats, and a guy who kind of keeps that whole thing going together.
Yeah.
And absolutely. I thought special teams would be better, and they have not been. And it's just little things here and there with the special teams. It's not like it's just, oh, we're bad at kicking, we're bad at punting. We're not really. We're really good at punting.
We're really good at kicking. I mean, it sucks that the most important one so far this season was missed, but I mean, he's been perfect except that one. Like it's not a problem area.
Besides, he did miss one at Mississippi State, right?
That's right. Forgot about that one. That was a bad snap, I believe.
Okay.
I think they had trouble getting it down late. The Georgia one, nothing was wrong. He just pushed it.
Yeah.
Okay, I'm going to bring the mood down with this question a little bit. But before we do that, the Yankees are up 2-0, 1 out, bases loaded. And what's up with Jazz Chisholm wearing the lime green? Are the Yankees have they gone to the Wolves? Like they're allowing facial hair and they're allowing dudes to wear lime green gear.
Oh yeah.
You like that?
Um,
Sorry to go Kirk Cousins on you, but
no, you're good. I mean, I do. I hate the old school.
do you?
Yeah. I mean, I've always liked the Yankees because who they've had on it, not
Because
because
the pinstripes.
how they run things. Because how they run things is pretty insane. I mean, guys not going to your organization because of a hair rule and stuff like that. That's
Okay.
That's dumb.
I don't disagree. I also think it was kind of neat that you had this hey, we're carrying ourselves like we're a business office. I thought it was neat. You can have mustaches. That's cool. Be state troopers, whatever.
Yeah.
The lime green's a touch too far for me.
It is odd. It's kind of always been his thing.
It'd be different if it was like Acuna that wears, because the Braves kind of have that
gold.
That and it's kind of like trying to think of a good example to compare it to, but it's kind of it's almost a third color for them.
Mm-hmm.
Like they use it as accents, so that one's okay. The lime green of the Yankees just doesn't make any sense.
Yeah, it's weird, but
I want my Yankees to be beardless and lime greenless.
I just want them to win. I don't care what they wear.
That is fair to an extent. Now that Tennessee's winning, I just wish we'd wear orange and white, but I used to say that. So
yeah. Monty said you guys worried about Vitello to the Giants.
I would like to connect Vitello to the Yankees as well while we're doing. They don't even have a job opening. You use this as your source.
That's another good point. I mean, you're gonna say you can't do this, you can't do that when your manager leads the MLB and getting tossed. I mean,
to be fair, I feel like he gets tossed at the softest shit in the world. Am I crazy?
100%.
Okay.
Yeah, but it's because everybody hates him because he's always on the umpires, which as a manager, you kind of have to be.
Yeah, that doesn't seem I don't like that excuse, Landon. Do you hate Aaron Boone? I don't. I mean, I knew you as a Yankee fan, you probably didn't like him, but do you hate him?
I don't hate him. I just wish sometimes he was better.
Okay, that's fair. It just feels like I don't think I've ever seen any Yankee fan talk no one's been oh, I like that Aaron Boone guy, but it's always just immediately the but.
Yeah,
that's it. Speaking of managers, and we can hit on that Vitello thing in a second. It's absurd. It literally let's hit on it now because I'm airing of grievance. So the way the Giants rumor came about is two athletic writers talked like this, like me and you are, Landon. And they were like, one of them goes, you know who an out-of-the-box hire would be, Landon, for the Giants? Let me give you a name. Tony Vitello. And since then, people have written articles that say Tony Vitello linked to the Giants. They do that because an athletic writer said that. And because he was at the Giants versus Rockies game. And I think he either sat or was seen talking with Buster Posey, the Giants GM. Now, they raise a good point, Landon. I can't think of 1, 2, 3, even 4 reasons why Tony Vitello would be at the Giants versus Rockies game. So that's a great point. It was probably a recruiting visit. And it was in Colorado, by the way. Would like to note that. So great recruiting visit by the San Francisco Giants. And listen, I may eat my words. Maybe he goes to the Giants. Probably not, but maybe he does. But I can assure you that that was not a recruiting visit for Tony Vitello.
Yeah, this man is building his own stadium basically in Knoxville. And
it's a different game.
He makes more right now than half of the managers in Major League Baseball.
Also, baseball hates Tony Vitello, and you're going to tell me the NFL is a boys club. Unless you're in the club, you're not getting a job. MLB even more so. I mean, they just recycle managers all the time. Like, go look at any manager's Wikipedia page. They've coached at every damn team in the league.
Yeah.
You think baseball, who's just they hate Tony Vitello, is gonna? Yeah, no, sorry. I would be very shocked if he ends up in the MLB anytime soon.
I mean,
But
the only
use this
reason I
as-
can think of is Drew Gilbert is trying his hardest to get him. And I know Tony Vitello loves Drew Gilbert, but I mean,
I don't think Drew Gilbert would allow it. I don't think he would.
Let's just think about this.
I think Drew Gilbert loves Tennessee. I think he wants him at Tennessee.
Let's think about the city of San Francisco. You think the most eligible bachelor in the country wants to go to San Francisco?
Well, you have more options there.
Sure.
The whole spectrum.
I mean, that ain't no shot.
Oh man. Okay. Last question about this. Any concerns about Josh Heupel? Because I think like last year, and I think we know a lot of the struggles were with the quarterback position, but I still think that offensive staff struggled at putting him in the best situation all the time. And I think looking back, we know they didn't do a bad job. I mean, you went to the college football playoff. Like, I don't think they did a bad job by any means. And then this year you have the issues with Georgia and how you manage that. A few drives there, 2 drives, I guess. And then you have how they manage the last drive against Mississippi State. And then you have how you started out at special teams with Braylon. Like, so any concerns there? Because I think they've seemed to fix any offensive play calling issues they've had.
Mm-hmm.
But any concerns for the head ball coach?
Are we talking like recruiting and all the above, or?
Let's just go on field, because I feel like we're just talking about the first 5 games. So like on field, what you've seen through the first 5, and then obviously previous 4 years too.
Okay. I think he needs to get better at stealing those points again at the end of the half. Like,
But he's done it
and
before, so you're not like concerned about it exactly. You just
Right.
you've seen him do it, right?
Yeah,
So-
yeah. It's just like he has struggled in 2 games to do
Okay.
that, and it was 2 games that like
You needed it.
probably could have won. I mean, could have lost you the game at Mississippi State, and probably could have won you the game against Georgia. So
Yeah.
Yeah, I would like to see a little bit better in that regard. It was just so easy.
Yeah, it looked easy. We talked about it with Jerome Carvins. 2022, that offense, I know it wasn't, but man, they made it look so easy.
Yeah. And receiver wise, we talked about, there's more talent there.
Yeah.
I don't know. I don't know if it's conservative, and I mean, it seemed like 2021 and 2022, he just like, I'm all in. I mean, all the chips to the center of the table. Like he was going to have the foot on the gas. And we talked about it. Maybe sometimes you're like, hey man, can we just slow it down a little bit?
And maybe that's where the running games, we're seeing it struggle, is it's hard for them to slow the game down and remain efficient. Whereas last year, easy peasy, you could slow the game down and remain efficient. Maybe, I don't know. If that's the case, get back to just, we're freaking pedal all the way on the floor. I mean, your RPM just full throttle, like whatever. If that's the case, what I think they've got to, what I think this offensive staff has to analyze, Josh Heupel has to analyze in this bye week, is how do we need to operate to be the most efficient for 60 minutes? And that's how we have to go about it. If our defense is getting scored on because of our offense being efficient, okay, can we outscore them? And if we can, we need to do that. Like they need to analyze how they can manage games being the most efficient. If it hurts one side of the ball, but it means you win football games, then you got to do it.
Yeah.
I don't think Tim Banks is going to lose a job if this defense gets scored on. That would have happened a long time ago.
Yeah. And again, what does that Mississippi State score look like if you don't muff that punt.
Yep.
Or, I mean, you gave him a short field on both of the picks.
Yep.
I don't know. I mean, like, bigger picture wise, I would like us to land a big time running back.
Okay. Sure. Yeah. I mean, that would be it feels like the next step, right? Feels like you've gotten a big time guy at every other position.
And quarterback, like, it's going to be used against him in recruiting until he like recruits one that does something at Tennessee. Like, if you want to get these top quarterbacks, that's great. Are you going to be able to continue to get them if none of them end up playing for you?
Yep. Which it may not matter. Just go get the oldest guy in the portal. Be done with it.
But that's something to think about, like, coming up.
Well, and he's got to be unwanted, so you can't want him. Kind of like how Hendon Hooker fell into your lap, and
you just got to fall in your lap.
Yeah.
Because, like, do they go get a guy in the portal? You almost kind of have to.
Yeah.
If Merklinger leaves, because that'll be only 2 guys. But one of those guys needs to play. Like, you can't just let George McIntyre sit another year. He's not going to.
Yep.
So
agreed.
I don't know. I don't make that kind of money, so I don't have to worry about making that decision. But it is one that has to be made. Like, are you willing to kind of? I mean, you kind of did it with receivers this year. You trusted the guys that you had and the guys that you recruited. Are you going to do that with quarterbacks coming up this offseason?
Yeah. Did I tell you I found out I got by that Mike Vick Jr. thing? It was someone doing a road to glory. And they made a TikTok about it. Well, I say I got by it. We talked about it because I guess I found out about it in real time.
At Baylor,
I was
is that what you're
can't
talking
find.
about?
Yeah, I was like, I can't find any information on this.
Did you see Macaulay's high video?
It's always so good. We were talking about because Chase is probably going to that game.
It's sick.
If we didn't have the golf tournament, I would try to hitch a ride with Chase to that game because I was like, say what you want about boarding schools, say what you want about private schools. That creates those guys being within miles of each other. That creates a fun rivalry right there.
God, how much is it to get in one of those games?
Just your firstborn, so
yeah,
you have that to offer now. You want to go?
Kinda. When is that game?
Tomorrow night.
Oh, yeah, can't do that.
I mean, we can set up for the golf tournament, and then I can get us to Chattanooga.
Can we stream it?
Yeah, I can get us to Chattanooga in an hour 15.
That would be cool. Lane Kiffin's there. No, he's at Brentwood Academy. Sorry.
Lane's going to Brentwood this week?
He posted a picture. He was at Brentwood Academy.
Oh, okay.
Tennessee.
I'm sure Josh Heupel will be there at Baylor Macaulay.
Oh, yeah, got to be.
Because there's a big running back that I would be really, really nice to land.
Would be sick.
Talking about it. I mean, Peyton Manning better just be. He was notorious for singing Rocky Top all the time. He better be at Baylor practice field every freaking night, every practice singing Rocky Top.
Yeah, them and Brentwood Academy. Just keep Keyshawn Bowman at Brentwood.
Well, I doubt Peyton's at Brentwood, but yeah.
Well, I thought you were talking about Josh Heupel, but yeah.
Yeah, I think this one's more on. It's kind of going back into that one high school coach that his assistants didn't like what I said. Like I think if we don't get Baylor running back, what's his name?
David Gabriel Georges.
Yes, if we don't get him, I think we have to question if Peyton is a good recruiter.
Okay. He needs to just keep leaning on, just show up in orange. Just keep putting it in front of his face.
Subliminal messaging.
He doesn't have to say anything. Just keep it in front of his face.
And he just every weekend just talk about man, being up at Knoxville on Saturdays is just so much fun.
Oh yeah.
You ever done it? You should do it. All right. Guys, we stretched a bye-week talk out for a long time. That rocked. That's okay. That's how you know we're back.
Great show. Guys, go check out our good friends at Hovey Dry Goods. If you want some hats, you can maybe win those at the golf tournament. You got to sign up to do that. But they're great people over there. Use promo code MORE for 15% off that first purchase. Again, HoveyDryGoods.com. Get those hats. You'll love them. I promise. Go check them out.
Do it. Those Hovey ones that we're giving away at the tournament are Sweet.
Yeah, they are sick.
Very sweet. College football.
College football. I guess we're not even going to get into basketball. We'll do that. I didn't know how
did
much
ask
we're going to
you.
get in.
I just executive decisioned it.
Yeah, that's fine.
This isn't a Kentucky podcast. We're not talking about basketball in October.
That's fine. We can be excited for it. We don't
Yes.
have to throw away football.
Yeah.
Because that's coming.
Yes. Exactly.
We're not moving on. We are just like, hey, it is there waiting on us when we're ready for it.
Bingo.
Yep.
Bingo. Week 6 in college football. Again, kind of a little bit of a hangover week coming off of week 5. I think there's some great matchups in this one. Sue me. But you've got the Red River Rivalry.
Mm-hmm.
You have Indiana, Oregon, which I think will be every bit of it'll be just as good of a game as Penn State could put up. Of note, Landon, you will love. Go ahead.
Did you see where a writer said that Nico would be better than Drew Aller at Penn State?
Probably. And I'm glad you mentioned that because I know no one cares about my NCAA, but I almost landed on a loss in the national championship with Kennesaw State. Jerry Mack and offensive coordinator, massive Tatas, almost won Kennesaw State a national championship. Came up just short. Who'd I lose to? Anyways, in the semifinal, I played Penn State, and I went up 3 with a minute and a half left. Penn State gets the ball. I don't play defense. I'm offense coordinator. I'm not allowed to play defense. I'm simming it, and I'm watching Drew Aller sack for 5 yards. Drew Aller incomplete. Drew Aller incomplete. Drew Aller complete for 13 yards. Kneel it down. Take us to the championship. Your boy Drew Aller couldn't even beat Kennesaw State. And I should have texted you about it. I should have made a video of it so you could watch in real time. But yeah, I knew you'd love that one.
Dude, overrated. I mean, like that's where the chant came from. He's horrible.
You hate Drew Aller far more than I hate Garrett, which I don't hate Garrett Nussmeier. I hate the hype for Garrett Nussmeier.
Yes, that is the same for me. I don't hate Drew Aller. I just think like every single year we hear about how good he is, and he's not.
It's turning you bad. The media has made you. I don't know.
It's not his
you
fault.
Hate him. Yeah, that's
it's not his fault.
You don't make it his fault. You're right.
Yeah,
you're right. South Carolina LSU that has big game potential. Yeah. Oh my gosh, I'm looking at the wrong week. I was like, that's not this week.
I was about to say.
I knew it. I was looking at it this week. Kentucky, Georgia is this week, though. I think that'll be an interesting game. How does Georgia respond? In Kentucky, like their defense looked good for a minute.
Yeah. As I was kind of right about Penn State being super overrated to begin the season. You know who's way more right than anybody? Joey saying Clemson that was super overrated.
Yeah.
I mean, they are only 14-point favorites against North Carolina, and that North Carolina team is ass.
Yeah. I think they will win by 14. I'm actually good one. I'm mentioning that. I'm taking that game.
Yeah, I picked it too.
You have Texas A&M, Mississippi State. I think that'll be a good game. That's at night. You have that simultaneously with Miami, Florida State. I mean, I think Florida State's good. I still think this Miami team, I do think they look like the most complete team. I think they're getting maybe a little more love than they would in like a normal year if you had some teams like at the top dominating.
Mm-hmm.
So I think we see like with this Notre Dame team, like they're not phenomenal. They're good. And then they beat South Florida, who's good, but they should have beat them. And then Florida, who looks, we all know how they look. But it'll be a good game. I think it'll be a good game. I think Miami will win if you're wanting to take money line anywhere. Vanderbilt, Alabama. I said this to you last night when we met up. Damn Diego Pavia. Damn Vanderbilt. for making me even consider cheering for Alabama. Lynn Mitchell would haunt me if I ever uttered the words, I hope Alabama wins. And I do not. If I had to pick a team to win, buddy, I'm cheering for Vandy. If I had to pick a team, I'm not. I hope this game ends in Armageddon. But man, am I sick of hearing that Vanderbilt's going to be good. Vanderbilt's going to be good. God, am I sick of it.
Yep.
And then Diego Pavia, man, can he run his mouth? If we play our game, it won't even be close. Okay. All right. Whatever.
Who do you think wins?
I think Alabama will win. I think it'll be
Alabama.
I think
them, right.
I think it will be. I just think their offense is good. Here's the thing: Alabama would win last year if they don't panic when they go down and start trying to just throw it at will with Jalen Milroe.
Yeah.
If they just run it with Jalen Milroe, they're fine. But they panicked. If they can just not, they will beat them if they're willing to just lean on them for 3 quarters. So I think this has potential to be a game Vanderbilt covers. I also think there's plenty of more. I think there's more potential Alabama covers just fine.
Yeah.
But I think if they get down, this Vanderbilt offense is a threat. They just have to be willing to lean on them, kind of stay within striking distance, and Alabama will outlast them for 60 minutes.
Yeah. I mean, it's going to be that. I mean, if you're Vanderbilt, you got to look at the Florida State game. We're going to do that. Like Diego Pavia is going to run it 800 times in this game.
Yeah. That is the
Georgia
thing. Vanderbilt has the blueprint.
Yeah. Alabama is coming off that Georgia game. Like that is a hard game to come. You know, you did win. It was physical and demanding. You had everything kind of riding on it. And then you have this Vanderbilt game that looks kind of like a trap game, but also you lost to them last year. There has to be that revenge factor where you're just like, hey, let's put these guys in their place.
There definitely is a revenge factor. I think it's fun that Vanderbilt it's fun that they're a team that is competitive, can be competitive, and then they won that game. So it's almost like Vanderbilt's not going to Vanderbilt's not rolling in like we're going to beat Alabama.
Yeah.
So it's interesting, like the two mindsets going into this game.
Yeah.
Penn
State UCLA play. That's going to be fun.
Yeah.
Two of the most overrated quarterbacks in the country. Yeah.
Nico does have more passing yards than Drew Aller.
That's crazy.
I think that's right.
Texas, Florida.
Okay.
Texas 4.5.
Okay. I hate that Josh Pate got to say it before I did because I wanted to say it on the show. Landon, I don't think it's in a crazy world. I think it's very much in a world we live in right now. I think I'm gonna put money on Florida winning this.
I wanted to do that too until Billy Napier stood there and said the offense is about to pop.
Their offense can be worthless in this game. Their defense can score point. I think this will be a game if they win. It will be the defense scoring most, if not all, of their points. Texas.
It was
offensive play calling.
It started off like 7.5, and now it's 4.5.
I think Texas defense will probably throttle DJ Lagway in that offense. It will be. What can Texas offense do against that defense? Yeah. That's my question. And I think Josh Pate's like, yeah, they're going to win. I'm not there, but I think
it is in the swamp.
It is in the swamp. And I think to me, it feels like this is like a game they grab. And you mentioned it's gotten down to 4.5, even 7.5. I'm like, that's still tasty for a super dog. I think I just have to take Florida. I think I have to. I think I'm going.
Money line?
I shouldn't even say I think I'm going to. I've been thinking about it for like 3 days. I'm going to bet on Florida to win this football game.
Okay.
Do not follow that. Bet responsibly. Gambling problem.
Yeah.
Give them a shout.
There's 3 more games that I have kind of circled.
Okay.
It is Virginia Louisville.
Oh, sicko game. Talk to me.
I mean, Virginia is coming off that all-time win against Florida State. They're definitely going to lose at Louisville. I'm just going to go ahead and say that. They're going to lose
At Louisville.
At Louisville. They're losing that one.
What's that spread at right now?
It's 6.5 Louisville.
It's a lot of points.
That is a lot of points. I'm not touching that. I'm just
noting that it is they're going to win.
Texas Tech, Houston. Both teams 4-0.
I didn't have it circled, but I had it like it was there in the back of my mind. What are your thoughts? I think I got Texas Tech on a team that I still don't really believe in them, but I don't know.
Yeah, I think they're pretty good. I don't think they're 11.5 points better than Houston.
Okay. But we know now, like Utah's. I don't know. I mean, West Virginia is not good. I don't know what to think. Texas Tech is still unclear to me, whereas I know LSU was fraudulent.
Yeah.
Those are my 2 overrated teams.
And then last one I had Mississippi State, Texas A&M.
That's going to be a fun game.
It's 16.5 points.
That's crazy. It's got to just be like I think A&M's probably getting more points as a home team. 7:30 kick. There's just no way it should be 16.5.
Yeah. I mean,
we'll see if Vegas knows. We'll find out.
Maybe they get dog walked, and that's going to look worse on Tennessee. But from what I saw in person last week, there is no way. And maybe it's because, they can't protect Shapen, and if Texas A&M can tackle a little better, maybe that game looks different. But I mean, I don't see Texas A&M throwing all over Mississippi State like Tennessee did. Not with Marshall.
I don't see that, and I mean, yeah,
I think it's going to be lower scoring, so that's what makes me think I don't think it'll be 16.5.
Yeah, I mean, we saw them score 16 on Auburn last week, so do with that what you will.
Yeah,
I do think that's a game. If Texas A&M, I think they're more talented. Similar to what I was saying, not quite to the degree. It's not as big of a gap between Texas A&M and Mississippi State as Alabama and Vanderbilt, but you're talking about low scoring. I think if they're willing to just lean on them for 3.5 quarters, I think they'll win.
Yeah, and should win. And maybe this is a game we're talking about this week. Okay, Texas A&M is pretty good.
Yeah,
but it would be sick if they went Texas 8-4.
They will. We haven't figured out what games it'll be yet. They will. They never fail us in that regard. Ever.
Yep.
I'm on BYU 18.5 over West Virginia. Friday night game, 10 p.m. kick.
Okay.
That's some sicko magic they're covering.
Okay, I like that.
What
numbers are quarterback? Like 42?
46, right?
46 or 47.
Maybe 47.
That's so sick. I don't like it, but if you're going to do it, I mean, let's just pick the most random ass number and roll with it.
Yeah. Oh, absolutely. You have to.
Yeah.
Yeah, absolutely have to.
That's all I got.
That's it for me. I'm excited for Saturday. Guys, come join us. Go sign up right now. I don't know. Sign up's closing soon. Just go do it. If you can't, if it is already closed or it's closed when you go to do it, if it is. I know it's not, but if it is. Or if it's closed by the time you go, if you're like, I want to play in it, DM us. Maybe we can make some magic happen.
Yep.
Can't guarantee it, but maybe.
Yep. Guys, looking forward to seeing you on Saturday. Come hang out with us. Come watch some football after the tournament. Going to be a lot of fun. Appreciate you guys for listening tonight. Go check out our good friends at Roback.com. Use promo code More Important Issues. Get you 20% off that first purchase with that new email. So go check them out. They got that game day apparel, and it's awesome. Enjoy the bye week. Stress-free. I might not even bet. I might just be stress-free the whole weekend. That's not true. I'm definitely going to on VIP play, by the way. Thank y'all again. Have a great weekend. We're bringing the boat in, and we out.